Around 4 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, me and Turtle did an interview on my live, so I decided to rock it up and put it up as an actual video. This is part 1. Hopefully you po niggas enjoy.
Some, on some occasions, some Hooves go there. So, at the time we going up there, shit, niggas already gang banging. So, I was getting into squabbling. You know what I'm saying? So, niggas was getting into fights. I was getting into squabbling, you know what I'm saying? So, niggas was getting into fights, so I ended up getting kicked out of there. And my next junior high, I went to like, Fauché, and then so on and so forth. Every time when I went to Fauché, I'm fighting the 30s. At the time that beef was, real high. So yeah, pretty much all my junior high schools I got kicked out for was all fights.
And for the people that don't know, Turtle, which years that was really hot, the 40s and the 30s, the tension?
Well, it was from 06, well, not 06, 96 to pretty much late 05. That's when it stopped. But then within them 10, 11 years, give or take, this beef on the streets, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? That beef was crazy, especially because, it's only one street that separate us, which is King Boulevard. One street, that main street, Martin Luther King Boulevard, is what separates the Rollin 30s from the Rollin 40s. So it was one street. So that beef was crazy.
Oh, hood. What age did you get quoted on the hood?
Shit, to be honest, I didn't really have to get put on, but I've been for 40 since 1996 though. That part of the avenues over there, what we call St. Andrews, we call that St. Ave. That's, that's my section. I was one of the first ones to start off. We start off over there, 40 Avenue Crib. At first it was originally 48 Diamonds, and then it turned into 40 Avenue Crib. But 1996, I've been from 40s literally since I was 10 years old, literally.
On Husters. Yeah. And you got a lot of family, from the 40s, cuz, if you can, you like to speak on a couple of individuals if you want to or whatnot. You got a younger cousin too, that's really popping right now, on the internet right now, cuz.
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, my big cousins, help set up that foundation over there as far as like, from the beginning stages, from turning from hustlers, to dark side 40s. So, my cousin Lil Skip, Big Gooch, which I feel the godfather for the hood, like, Big Gooch, and now more knownly, famous Lil 4Extras, Tiny Dark, Lil Dark, Tiny TD, all them in my family, yeah. Bad Guy, Tiny Bad Guy, Lil Bad Guy, all those is my family, all those are my cousins. So I got, besides one other family, like I pretty much got the biggest family from the hood, besides one other family. Yeah, I got a lot of family from the hood.
So it was a lot of influence from the 40s. So it was like, nigga, this was 40s and nothing. Like, nigga, he was looking at no other hood. That was basically gonna be it. You felt like if he was gonna bang.
Well, not necessarily, because, well, I was raised in the 40s, so like, but I got like a lot of my cousins, a lot of my families is from 40s and Main Street. So like my pops and all of my uncles, they originally Main Streets. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like I got a couple of Don moves like Big Sight, and my auntie and them, they from Swans, like, Big Sight from Swans, but he was gone already. But as far as like my Keyway side, like just Main Street and 40, so I was always around. Even my girl cousins like Kiki, Big Cookie and all that from Main Street. So I was raised around Keyways, like, but it was for sure 40s or Main Street. Like when I grew up, like I was trying to, like Big Gooch, he was the epitome, like this what I want to be, like, you get what I'm saying? But as far as any other hood, I can't say 40s was the only hood, because I was surrounded around Main Street, so I'm not gonna say that. But for sure, me growing up, once I got older and knowing really about gang banging, you get what I'm saying? No, I was 40s. That's all I was around. That's all I was around. But I did have other influences around me. As my family's from Main Street, Lil Black as well. So yeah.
Oh, hood. All right. So basically, you 10 years old, you already fresh off the porch, going to middle schools, getting, the squabbles. So after Fauché, cuz, you saying you was getting into some trouble or whatnot, man. You can just elaborate on that, cuz, for the people.
Yeah, so when I was going to Fauché and shit like that, it's crazy because a lot of my friends that I used to hang out with, Like, you know, once you start turning 12 and 13, you know, once that really, some people, they're 11 and they in junior high school. Once you in junior high school, you know, here comes the cliques and the gangs and things like that. So a lot of my friends, they was going to these different schools, you know what I'm saying? And they was just turning hoods. But when I was at Fauché, you know, it was a lot of 30s up there, Fruittown Brims, you know what I'm saying? But it was 30s. We didn't get along with 30s. So now, you know, my nigga Termite and all them, they my homies now and shit. I used to fight Termite and all them. So I had to stand on a bus stop in their hood. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Rollin 40s. Like, so, you know what I mean? They used to be on me. They used to try to, you know, back then they used to try to run you out their school. If they knew you was an enemy and they was deep, they used to try to run you out there, out the school. And it wasn't happening. I was fighting every day right there in Exposition and Western, fighting in front of that, you know what I'm saying? In front of that donut shop every day. You know what I'm saying? Until I eventually got kicked out, got caught for fighting, you know what I'm saying? And got kicked out, went to John Muir.
All right, cuz you can hear me now?
I can hear you. Got
all
you,
right, yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties, man. We was really saucing up, man, but they can't stop the rain, cuz. But yeah, like my nigga was saying though, before I was really and we was really interrupted, man. Was there any black activists, you know what I'm saying, in communities, you know, growing up as a kid or whatnot? Was there any, you know, like anything that, you know, that was like, okay, all right, man, you know, so I'm really into my blackness, because, you know, I'm a 90s baby, so, you know, with some blackness still around, you know, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the community I grew up, all my uncles was Black Panthers, including my father. You know what I'm saying? So right. Foax's dad, which is my uncle Reesan, his dad, you know what I'm saying, my dad, my older uncles, they was all Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up around structure and discipline. You know, they the ones that taught me how to be a man and, you know, what family is about and how to be a real man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely. And so they had programs in the hood when my uncle ran, you know, Stop the Violence and Increase the Peace. That was a big organization, me going around, and we used to participate in that or whatever, you know. But yeah, it was a lot of black activists. My grandma was an activist. You know, growing up in the 80s and the 90s, that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? Before the, you know, it started getting crazy. But yeah, I was surrounded by a whole lot of activists.
Oh, so your first trip to prison, cuz what was it for and what year and how long the stretch was?
You talking about as an adult or
as a youth?
My first case I caught in 1999, and it was a robbery. My first case was in 1999, and it was a robbery. Yeah, it was a robbery, little BS robbery, and then the second time, you know, it was assault with a firearm, assault with a deadly weapon, and that's the time I really did all my time. I did 36, 37 months. I went in like 12 or 13 and didn't get out till like I was like 17. And that's when I ended up going to YA and shit like that. Juvenile, I went from juvenile hall to camp to placement, you know what I'm saying, to YA. I was in that motherfucker the whole time, tearing it up.
So on the wires, basically, was there any type of structure going on? Was basically, you know, a free fall, like the neighborhoods with the neighborhoods, like how the politics was? Because a lot of people from the outside, they're interested in the California politics as far as the prison goes. So
all right. So back then, it wasn't how you see like this the court as far as in prison, as far as because YA is basically it's prison. But it's like junior prison, like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, with minors. But back in the days, it wasn't how everybody see it now. It was 30s to the hundreds and all that. Of course, we had the allies or whatever, whatnot, but it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, you know, when you go in prison, it's like, nigga, like you really gotta stand on your own too. Like you about that, you got these names, like you really gotta stand on your own too. Like, nigga, that ain't my enemies, that's our enemies. You know what I'm saying? So how it is now, 30s to the hundreds, and everybody like unified and now, it wasn't even like that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, hell no, people was tripping. Like, nigga, either you was with it or you wasn't. You was a buster. You wasn't what they call a case. You know what I'm saying? You was PC'd up. Nigga was taking your little store, your packages that your people sent for you. You know, so but yeah, hell no, it wasn't like that. But it was definitely politics though. You had to be respected, or you couldn't walk mainline at all, or you was just pretty much, you know, nigga somewhere, nigga getting your shit took or getting beat up. That's just how it was. Only the strong survive in there. So yeah, you had to fight.
I was gonna ask, when your first stint, any people that you seen when you was in the youth camps and stuff like that? Any particular people that you'd like to mention or whatnot?
Oh yes, a whole lot of them. Whether we just talking about enemies or just homies first.
We gonna start with homies. Then you could talk about notable enemies. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that wasn't busting, that wasn't doing no weird shit. So
the homies up in there, of course. Of course, that was in there. You know, as far as reputable homies, you know, Baby Mayhem. You know what I'm saying? For sure, from 60s, Baby Mayhem. You know what I'm saying? He would stay. Hold on, bro. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure, Baby Ham was up in there squabbling or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Baby Mayhem. Hitman from Q102 East Coast. The homie Tiny Touche, the homie Infant Tiny Touche before he went all bad. The homie Baby Runner, Tiny J Bone from the hood. King Lou from 60s. Chico from 9-0. Tommy B Blake Sick from 60s. It was homies. My nigga Baby Jug from Raymond. Damn, I'm trying to think. There's so many homies. C Nasty from the hood. It was a lot of niggas. Oh, Jolly. I gotta say Jolly, the Hucklebucks from 30s. Ely from 30s. C Dave. You know, all them was up in there. Termites. You know, Andy Mac. They was doing their thing. I give them to them. They was putting it down for the homies. They had the homies up in their own. You know
Now, what about notable enemies?
At the time, I gotta say the Hucklebucks, Jolly them from 30s, because you know we was beefing at the time. Oh, Blue Devil as well though. Tiny Lunch Meat, that's my bro, Devon Terry. Tiny Lunch Meat 4 from Crenshaw Mafia. I got out with him. He was on his tip. Itty Bitty Hawk from Crenshaw Mafia. Hangout from Lanes. Deuce from Broadway. Baby O Blank from Hoover. Tiny Nasty from Hoover. I'm gonna give them Scooby Groove from Hoover. Fat Daddy from Hoover. Rest in peace, Tiny Dad from Hoover. Like I said, Tiny Ann from A-Tray. He was always on this stuff. He was with all that. Headquarter from Bonnie Hunters. It was niggas, bro. Big McKnight from Trouble. Big G Tay from Trouble. Snugs from Families. It was. I give all them
niggas. I like that. I like this.
It was. I ran into a lot of solid dudes up there. It inspired Rest in Peace from A7 as well.
All right. Shit. Now, when you hit the adult prison, it was a different type of politic. You was telling me beforehand or whatnot, no level 4 yards or whatnot. It's not like the YAs, you know what I'm saying? And it was a different type of animal. If you can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I can't. Give me 1 second. That shit keeps going on.
All right.
It's raining out here in California. I know you don't know.
Man, Tony was lying, man. They say it never rains in sunny California, man. But today it does, man. But they can't stop the rain, baby. We're going to keep it going. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow Turtle, man. His actual link in the description is right there.
Yeah. Yeah, now what you was saying though, bro?
No, I was saying, you know, you went through the youth camps, but then you were telling me prior that when you hit those level 4 yards in those adult prisons, it was a different type of ball game and a different type of animal. And I was asking, can you elaborate on that? And just far as a couple of riots, you know, because it's a big thing going on out there, basically saying, you know, I ain't trying to start nothing. Basically, it's a couple of YouTubers saying that, you know, when it was California prisons between the blacks and the browns, it seems like the browns always, you know, whoop the blacks. And, you know, I talked to different YouTubers that are, you know, that's been in prison in California, and they said that they remember it was a whole bunch of victories on their end and whatnot, and you guys will be outnumbered. So can you elaborate on that?
As far as strictly the riots first,
We're gonna
just
just start with the politics, and then we're gonna work our way up to the rise. I just want to get to the different animals or whatnot, because at first it was wild in the youth authorities, and it was more of a structure than a level 4 yard. So,
oh yeah, so my transition from youth authority to prison, even the county jail, really, it was a hell of a, you know what I'm saying, transition, because the people that I was just fighting, you know what I'm saying, was pretty much the people that was saving a nigga life, you know what I'm saying, to come into my aid. Like I always tell people, like 30s used to be like one of the nigga, you know what I'm saying, worst enemies. But as soon as I came to the county jail and you know what I'm saying, the prison, a nigga from Rollin 30s, which is Big Ali, he was one of the first niggas who embraced me. You get what I'm saying? And at the time I was a kid, I was an 18-year-old kid. He like, come on, bro, we over here, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. So yeah, it was definitely different as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, crip on crip, and then I really seen the structure of the cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, in YA, it really wasn't, at least when I was there, it really wasn't just no cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like no neighborhood cards, it was homies, but it was like everybody was in disarray. Everybody was for themselves. You get what I'm saying? But once I went to the pen and county jail, like, then you see the structure, like, homies up here programming, this where we at, this was going on, this, that, and the third. Like, you know what I'm saying? Crips over here, non-moves over here. You know what I'm saying? Anything happen with them, it's automatically up. You got to jump. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So it's different. It's definitely different politics. So, but I say for the, you know what I'm saying, for the better, because, you know what I'm saying, they keep everything structured. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps everybody in line and the respect intact. So, yeah, I would say that about that.
all right, cool. Now, while you was in there, how many years you did for the people as an adult?
My first term I did 3, and then with violations I probably did like another 3, and then I just did 12 right now. I just did 12 straight. I got sentenced to 6 years, and then I ended up catching another 8 years while I was in there. I did 6 off the 8 for attempted murder. I caught on an inmate in there. So I was supposed to.
So you booked a nigga, allegedly, they say? They falsely accused you?
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, they falsely accused you.
Yeah. Throw somebody off the tier one night, and I didn't, and this when we was out of state. They used to house California inmates out of state. And I ended up doing, I did give them 8 years. In Arizona, I ended up doing 6 years. So I didn't come home to 20. My initial release date was 2017. Me maxed out. I didn't come home to 2023 June.
Damn.
Yeah, actually, I got out 2 days after my little cousin. So Forrest just got out June 27. I got out June 29. We got out back to back.
Shit, that was crazy. How was that? You know what I'm saying? Being released and just seeing him. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get back into the rise. I just want to talk about that because I know that was a great moment for y'all.
Yeah, it definitely was. I hadn't seen him in so long. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen him in so long. I mean, I talked to him. You know, niggas shot phones up and shit in there, but I talked to him. I hadn't seen him so long. You know that he one of my closest cousins. We always, like I said, we used to spend the night with each other. Our fathers are brothers. You get what I'm saying? So me and my cousin, we first cousins. So we grew up in the same house, sleeping in the same bed, sharing the same color, sharing each other's shoes and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those type of days. So, you know, seeing him out, it was a good thing. You know, I almost kind of got emotional. You feel what I'm saying? Even though we don't always agree, you know, as far as what our politics and our saying, but you know, that's still my family. You know what I mean? So I was definitely happy to see him out and make, like he said, make it up off the hill, because everybody don't get to make it out.
No, that was. He has a fascinating story within itself too on Hood. Shout out to 4 Extras on Hood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I just want to go back. I'm sorry. Cause my fault. I want to get back to the you know, basically, you know, what was going on, you know, far as with the rise, you know what I'm saying? You know, the things you experienced, not what you heard, just the things you experienced. If you want to elaborate on, you know, that things that you can say or whatnot that was going on in them yards.
But as far as black on
Mexican, black and Mexicans.
To be honest, pretty much every riot that I didn't. This just my personal experience. Pretty much every riot I done been in besides one, and that was Sentinella, the blacks came out on top. Like, I bullshit you not. I'm not just getting on here saying that. Like, besides the major ride that we had in Sentinella 06, where it was 120 on 30, we won. So I don't, the narrative that people be getting, like saying like blacks couldn't, I seen Cartoon 5-3 saying that, you know, way in 1986, where I feel the brothers was the strongest. You know what I'm saying? In the Mehendes, they was, you know, they was at their weakest. He's saying that we couldn't withstand a second wave or first. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what yard he was on. I don't. All the yards that I've been on, whether it's been hard level 3s or level 4s, or the shoot, like I don't see it. Like I said, like even though we was outnumbered, sometimes a lot of the times, homies was ready. You know what I'm saying? We was ready. You know what I'm saying? We was well prepared. Like I said, you know, we. If you want to just get into it, a lot of us is naturally bigger than them. You get what I'm saying? So you know they have to naturally, you know, arm themselves. Like, but we do the same thing. So I don't know. He was also saying like not a lot of brothers are willing to take that risk, and I don't know where that came from too, because there's plenty of people up there like plenty of people up there that's with the business, like, you know what I'm saying, where it's Kiwe, Damu, Muslim, you know what I'm saying, Umadugu, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying. So Kumbi, you know, BGF, whatever, stay militant, stay on point, stay holding Salama. So I don't see what that was. Like again, like out of the 50, no, I ain't gonna say 50. I'm gonna even say 50, including YA, even in prison. We rarely lose. Like I don't. And if we don't outright win, it was because like the numbers are so astronomical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they catching us like when it's four blacks. You know what I'm saying? And it's 30 of them. But like I said, I've been on secure yards, so maybe he was on a minimum yard, like the secure yards. They tend to, you know, like one building come out at one time. You get what I'm saying? Or one section come out at one time. Then if it's everybody on the yard, everybody's already prepared. So I really don't know what he alluded to. Like again, I heard him say he ain't been to the pen since 86 or 96, one of those. Like I don't know. But yeah, brothers always held it down. Brothers always stood up. You know, you don't get me wrong. You got some people that point it out or run, but they be dealt with immediately. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. So, you know, I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Nah, I got you on Hood. Speaking of niggas that ran out, any stories, you know, you ain't got to say no names or whatnot, or, you know, try to, you know what I'm saying, but like, was there ever a time where nigga you just was like, damn, cuz why did you, you know what I'm saying, why you dip off, and then something just happened to him? How quick it was? Like, was it a matter of that same day, the next day, 30, 40 minutes from now? Like, how fast that shit went, you know, after, you know, the shit went down? Allegedly.
I mean, say for instance, you know what I'm saying, hypothetically, if it's a ride or something like that, you know, once the ride is over and the dust settles, you know, if they just so happen to take him to the hole, like if first of all, if you don't do nothing, they might miss you and not take you to the hole and, you know, put you back in your cell, but you already know what time it is. As soon as you come out, or as soon as your cellie go back in the cell, or you get another cellie, it's curtains. But if they just so happen to mistaken, you still take you to the hole, because a lot of people go to the hole and shit, but it's only so much room in the hole when these rides happen. You gotta understand, there's hundreds of people, and it's already hundreds of people back there. You get what I'm saying? So it don't be a lot of room in the holes. What they'll do is they turn the whole building into the hole. You get what I'm saying? Put them back in their cells. Or a lot of cases, they take a couple people, you know, the ones who hurt, get them up out of there, or the ones that they feel like they initiated the shit, they get them up out of there and just turn the building into a hole. That'd be easier. But yeah, as soon as you go back in the cell, you know you didn't do nothing, you're supposed to get off. You're supposed to do your thing on it. Or when they come back out, you know, they'll let them think it's cool. You know, they come out and do they duggy on them. I never seen the person not do that unless they was elderly. Like if it was like an older black man, 60-something years old, 70-something years old, like OGs on the yard, that's disabled, or, you know, just don't want to get homies excused. Yeah, like, you know, it's too many youngies. They don't get hurt. But if you talking about you young, you 20, you 30, you 40, it's absolute consequences. But you can't lay it out. I don't know, not on no racial riot like that. Hell no, because it's not even that. You'll be dumb to lay it out on a racial riot, because even though you don't want to do nothing to them, they're gonna attack you. So you might as well defend yourself. You might as well, like, you know what I'm saying, get involved and you know, and protect yourself. That don't even make no sense. But I barely, to be honest, I rarely, the dudes, like I said, like the dudes, the dudes that usually be, as far as like the blacks they be pointing out, as far as like black on Mexican, they usually be like the older blacks. It'd be like really like the older blacks. I just see some niggas run and try to, you know, try to get, like, if it's unexpected, if they ambush a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, you try to get somewhere first and then figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's human nature. If that's what they talking about, you know, that's human nature. Like, if a nigga ambush you, you know what I'm saying, you get caught off guard, and they gonna try to get somewhere first, like, you know what I'm saying, to hold up, like, you know what I mean? But as far as it's like outright laying it out and not doing nothing, nah, I've never really seen that too much. Like I said again, he'd be like the older people, 60-something years old, 70-something years old on walkers, you know, and people don't expect them to do nothing. Like, nah, OG, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We got you, protect you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna protect you, get behind us. You know, so. But again, I done been on hard yards. Like, I don't know what yards these dudes talking about. You know
like what yards you been on, if you don't mind me asking, like, you know, just name a few of them, you know what I'm saying, for the people that, you know, that are unfamiliar, you know what I'm saying, with the California, you know, prisons. They hear about them, but, you know, I would like to know.
Yeah, so I'd have been on a Sentinella 3-yard, I'd have been on a Sentinella 270-yard, I'd have been to Calipatria, the last prison out, I'd have been to Tehachapi Sioux, Corcoran Shoe, you know, the last prison that I paroled from California was a 180. That was Kern Valley, New Delano. So that was the last prison I paroled from.